New York, and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the morning. Beautiful Laura Styles. We have Rosenberg and somebody more important than all of us, Kyrie Irving. Give it up one time.
I appreciate it.
Yo, shut up, man. Chill. Jersey zone.
Yes, sir.
Jersey.
Both.
Yes,
Both.
thank you.
Both.
Yeah, but the Celtics.
Uncle Drew!
The Celtics thing will go away at some point. You'll still be from Jersey.
Both.
Thank you. Celtics for life.
I'm not fucking with this guy. Right? It's gonna be bad.
Oh, he's a Lakers fan, so understand that off top.
All good.
Yeah, it's cool. We all
I
make
didn't sign
decisions.
a Lakers hat earlier. Like somebody asked me.
You didn't?
No, I just can't do it.
I love that.
So when your guy LeBron goes to the Lakers, does that make it? Because this shapes up nice now.
I mean, hey. The unknown. You gotta love it.
Well, let me ask you. You know what? I want to ask you this though.
You're hoping for it. I know you are. But
Of course.
Well, it didn't even cross my mind until like the series was starting how big a deal it would have been if LeBron was playing in that Cleveland-Boston series.
Yeah, no, it was.
Did that frustrate you to not get to be a part of that directly?
No, I think that moment in itself was frustrating. But it was a culmination of a lot of different things. I didn't play the last 20 games of the season, and then going into the playoffs, our team just did an unbelievable job, and that's just the type of moments you practice.
Some kids was balling, man. And not trying to say, but a young team doing very well.
Yeah, that's a big stage.
Yeah,
it's
man.
a big stage to conquer, and for them to take that, that team to 7 games is an accomplishment in itself. But obviously, there are other horizons that we need to achieve now. I mean, those guys are just awesome. I was so proud of them.
Where are you at in your recovery?
I'm all right, man. It's a different summer for me. The last 3 have been really jam-packed. I had rehab about 2015, which is bad for my kneecap, and then 2 finals appearances. My summers were just dominated, man. A month and a half off and then getting right back into it. So this is the first summer that I've actually had off since, I think, the start of my NBA career.
And are you at 100% right now?
I'm getting there, man. It's a process. Like I said, I think that you don't want to get caught up in the in-between of just going too hard, too fast or anything like that. So
take your time.
Yeah.
Are the rumors true that you leaving Cleveland was everything to do with you being your own man and not wanting to be under LeBron?
Man, I think you come to a point in your career where you really just start taking responsibility for how you want to shape your career. I think that it's going to take getting rid of some old habits, coming to terms with emotions that you had of just being a young kid in an environment where you kind of now want to control it more than just my happiness. At the time it was getting to a point where I just had to let go. I had an unbelievable, 6 years with Cleveland. I loved them to death. They gave me opportunity as a 19-year-old kid, only playing 11 games in college, and being on that stage. Then we do something historical like bringing a championship to Cleveland, and then afterwards it's time to part ways.
But does it frustrate you that it's like LeBron brought a championship to Cleveland, but you were a part of it?
Yeah,
it feels like it's never like Kyrie and LeBron.
I mean, either way, man, it's cool.
It's a championship.
Yeah, it's cool. I think that the public perception of that could really, really draw you into different places, man. Like if you really start listening to what everyone else feels as though they find important in your life, then man, it could take you for a while. We've seen people just break down over time, and I wasn't gonna be one of those persons. Like people, no, hell no.
But do you enjoy? For me, I got satisfaction, obviously because the Celtics are my team, but I got satisfaction out of just seeing you go to a franchise and be the guy. Was it fun?
Yeah.
Was it fun getting to take on that leadership role?
Yeah, no, and I think even the perception of wanting to be the guy, I wanted to be genuinely happy. After a while being in that environment, it wasn't conducive for me at the time. So when going to Boston, really intimate environment, it almost reminds me of going back to college. It's just such history enriched, and just seeing all those legends that on the wall every single day is a constant reminder of where you are, and I appreciated that. So.
Let's be honest, that jersey too.
Relax. All right, I'll let the Celtics thing breathe. I kept my Boston opinions to myself.
The greatest franchise in the history of the game.
Hands down.
Hands down. Hands down.
They're in first place. Championships. First place.
One championship.
More than you guys. That's right.
Rosenberg.
Thank you. Sorry. Laura, go ahead. She's from LA too, by the way. So everyone just
trying to keep my Boston. Let's talk about the movie.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Earth being flat. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something else, man.
Tell us about your experience in Uncle Drew.
It was fun. It was an opportunity that I wanted to take full advantage of. We had a great cast, great production, great collaborative, kind of company work. It was Pepsi, Lionsgate, Temple Hill, myself, a few other just big time people, which I'm appreciating. We brought it to big screen. Started as an internet kind of 4-minute deal, and now we have a full blown movie.
Wait, and how many characters do you play?
No, I play one.
You play one. But somebody else plays
Uncle Drew.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Uncle Drew. That's it.
Right.
It's not coming to America. It's not coming to America or Nutty Professor.
No, but I thought there was someone that played
Would you
multiple
play the
characters.
grandmother? Which clump are you?
No.
Okay.
No.
You sure?
No, it was just a bunch of older individuals, utilizing a passion such as basketball to bring our team back together, and just a great storyline written by Jay Longino.
And when you say older individuals, you mean people like Shaq.
Yeah. Older, retired. Now. Yeah. Older.
How's the?
Did you say finish?
What up, Shaq?
No.
How's the acting part? Like, did you go train and put in a lot of work for this?
No, I didn't. I literally just had an acting coach on set. He helped me as much as possible, and then after about a week and a half, I just started using preparation techniques and just trying to go after it, trying to make it look great.
You got to start using preparation H if you really want to be like Uncle Drew, an old man. You know what I'm saying? You got to live that old. Ebro, you could give advice on playing an old man.
Well, no, I am an old man. I'm not playing an old man. It's different.
You don't do it on TV. This is real life.
This nigga's finished.
What
Daddy.
was that makeup like?
It started at like 3 hours 30, and then we got it down to about 2 hours 15. Yeah. So just sitting in that chair every single day, listening to a lot of music.
Is there anything that eventually becomes peaceful about it?
No.
Okay.
No. Getting like color spray up your nose, and it's just like all the glue that they put on and the hair. And
did you at least like the people who did it?
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're in your face.
Yeah, no, like legitimately. As long as their fingers didn't smell weird, like I was just cool with it. It's just that was just like a thing. No, I mean they're pasting stuff on your face, so it's like
they just had garlic. It's all in
no,
here.
it's done. It's done. I had to make sure that they Purell their hands every time.
Are you a germaphobe?
No, it's just
the stench.
You don't want that.
I'm just asking. I'm trying to learn, man. He might have been like, "Yo, real talk, don't touch me unless you Purell first."
No, not that.
So before, I met you a long time. Do you remember when I met you? Where I met you?
Were we in an event?
No, it was at its. I don't know, Viacom building or something. I forget. Some random building, and you had seen the This Is Why Duke Sucks video. You understand what had to be done. I apologize for what I did to y'all.
It's okay.
Wow, I'm glad you guys could rekindle too, because you hated Duke, but you love the Celtics.
That's right.
I hate Duke and the Celtics.
Anyways, after that though, we have had someone in common, which is Kehlani, who I love. And so I just saw a couple weeks ago, it was so nice. Like a lot of people didn't realize that during all that stuff that went down, you guys were always super cool, and your friendship's always been incredibly positive. Why were you inspired to kind of put that out there?
Well, I felt like one, I don't ever want to see a strong woman go through something like that. I mean, they have to be twice as gnarly as we are as men in this world, and I think that when it started kind of getting into her profession of just people on behalf of me just going to her concerts, wearing my jersey, chanting my name, I'm just like I don't need that. I don't for us it was just more or less cementing our friendship, and whether it be public or anything like that is necessarily important. What was important is just realizing what happened during that time and just speaking on it, and then everybody moving past it. Like, bro, just leave that in the past. Like, we're not together. She's incredibly happy. She's an incredible person, and she deserves the world. Like, go get it.
Would you ever have a public relationship like that again?
Bro, hell no. No, not just specifically with Kehlani, because I love her to death.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying in general.
Nah, man, it's hard, man. It's hard, man. It's
because a minute ago you talked about public pressure and not letting that get into your.
But it's
decision
inevitable,
making.
though.
Right.
Like this platform that has been created, from just everyone just kind of admiring a particular person, then they become responsible for being transparent all the time, having authentic things to say, and it has to be thought-provoking, and it has to be for society and what they're for, and if it's like if you don't include everything in one statement, then they're gonna figure out something to draw from it, and for me, I can't live in that world, man. It's crazy.
So what do you do though? Because inherently, you're Kyrie Irving.
Just find the balance
of the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
What does?
Yo, my man, bro.
There's no way you can go around it.
Yeah, like how would you? Who would you date? Even if you date a nurse, at a hospital, like, isn't it always going to be public?
But they may not be able to find her
man.
though. They may not be able to badger her if she's a private person.
Trust me, people.
They will.
Yeah, it's inevitable, man. You just got to find that balance, like what's real and what isn't.
You have to be amazed though with Kehlani's career. Like it is. I mean, you always knew she was talented, but this has been incredible, right?
Yeah. And I the fact that she's actually able to take a stance in what she believes in. I mean, she's been doing it since she was younger, as you know. And it's just to see that support and garner, and she is unbiased, non-judgmental. Doesn't have any biases towards any race, sexuality, anything like that, which you can appreciate in today's world.
Were you at the NBA awards last night?
No, I was not.
Did you like the NBA awards last night?
I didn't catch them.
Okay.
He didn't play this
when
year.
When you heard about them, were you there's NBA awards?
Yeah, no, for sure.
He was like, this is cool.
It's an incredible thing. I think that it will gain momentum as we get further along. I mean, it's just the like where we do our when we kind of have the inclination like, okay, who's going to be MVP like in April 11th, and then we're like June something in a particular time, like. The
feels disjointed a little bit.
If you had finished the year, if you had played the whole season, would you have been more apt to go or no?
Well, no, I've been on this Uncle Drew tour, man.
So it doesn't matter. You're Drew right now.
Yeah, I would have loved to go.
Uncle Drew should have went.
Uncle Drew should have showed up. Missed opportunity.
Nah.
He's like, I'm good.
I'm just kidding.
Do you have a record on the soundtrack?
Yeah, I do.
Ridiculous?
The last track, yeah.
You singing or rapping?
Singing.
I knew you wasn't gonna rap. I knew it.
Come on now. No, you definitely know I was gonna. I sung a little bit. Yeah.
You didn't give us a little?
Nah. I just wanted to sneak on there. I just literally was like, yo, I at first wanted to be like in the credits or something like that. And I was like, yo, just give me like a song, just easy on the tone.
What'd you sing about? I haven't heard it. What'd you sing about?
Did you have a vocal
just like my
coach?
whole crew. No, I didn't need that. No, the pitch was just perfect for me. I was like, it was cool. Like it was easy to follow.
Were you like in did you sing as a youth? Were you like in the choir at church?
Nah, man.
You were like in the Duke Boys choir or something?
If that was a thing, I don't know. I don't know.
Duke for 15 minutes. He's not sure. Hey,
this has got to stop. Like you guys, look, Duke. Like we're history. All right, just accept it. Celtics. We're history.
No,
bro.
no,
just
that's fine. But there's things in history that are terrible.
You guys got to stop this hate.
You do realize there's things in history that are terrible.
Yes.
People that are terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
Places that are terrible.
History.
Events that are terrible.
History. We move past it.
Speaking of your history.
Speaking of history, do you like that Harden got the MVP?
Yeah, I was happy for him.
Happy for him? Do you agree?
Bro, I didn't vote. I think, bro, MVP it's hard to gauge nowadays. Like because now you have the people's MVP. Then you have like the NBA's MVP. Like
so who's the people's MVP in your mind?
I think the people's MVP was definitely James.
Okay.
But the NBA MVP was definitely Bron.
So you think LeBron should have gotten the MVP?
I mean, if we're talking strictly based off stats, like he checks every.
It's him
mark,
every year though in that regard, right? Does anyone do more for one team than LeBron does?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, right?
It's tough. I mean, but it's boring to give it to him every season. Like
that's incredible.
Is he better than Michael Jordan? Speaking of history,
no.
You've really gotten good at going for the headlines. Are you impressed by this?
Why? No, that's what I mean. Look, we got Kyrie Irving here. He played with LeBron
It is a constant
James.
debate. It is
It's a constant debate. Has he reached that?
No. I would say that he's in his own lane, man.
Can't compare them.
Yeah. All those comparisons, they're fun to talk about. It's just how intense it gets. Like,
did you hear the one that I made up about you 2 years ago?
No.
A lot of people know this. When I said,
a lot of people don't, including the person you made it up about.
And I did. It went everywhere. Sorry, bro. You don't have to take credit for everything. I said, I went on Twitter and got crushed because I went, Michael Jordan never had a Kyrie Irving. And so it started this Kyrie Irving, Scottie Pippen debate. You never heard anything about that?
No.
What do you think? You're nicer than Scottie, right? You can take him right now.
We play two different positions, man.
Still, doesn't matter. You want to play him or not?
I would definitely play Scottie, but it's not like.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it was more at the time because at the time it was being Robin to someone's Batman in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought that as an offensive threat, you were on a different level than Scottie. That's all I thought. Defensively, he was phenomenal.
I mean, unbelievable. I mean, just like. I think that I hope that everyone, like some individuals see when they're watching the game, just the appreciation for what's happening. Like if someone is playing extremely well and then it's just like comparison. Shout out to my man Brad Stevens on this. Like he told me comparison is the thief of joy. Like and that right there was like one of the most profound things I've heard because every time in my life or watching someone else, you see a moment that's so pure and beautiful and then you try to compare it to something else and then it's just like. Completely pulls it away.
But isn't it weird?
Instead of just appreciating it, like we have unbelievable things happening in our world. We try to compare to history and who did this person? It's just like, bro, It's
now
cool
you,
to talk
now you
about.
don't want to compare it to history?
No, it's like
now when we're not talking about the
saying,
Celtics,
I just told you what it was.
He was just telling
whether
facts.
you like it or not. That was history. It was like whether you like it or not.
Okay, speaking of Duke, you mentioned history. I'll ask you a tough question. What were your thoughts on Grayson Allen as both the player and the guy who randomly trips people far too often? It felt like.
Oh man, he's awesome, man. He's part of the Duke Brotherhood.
Are you guys friendly?
He tripped somebody?
You never saw that.
I think maybe once.
He's like Draymond's
maybe
lost
once,
cousin.
Maybe once.
So there's
Grayson's
a brotherhood where
harmless, man. He's a competitor.
So there's a brotherhood where you don't tell the truth? Is that what I just heard?
What are you talking about?
That's all brotherhood, Ebro.
Oh, what's happening?
Was there ever any? I know we were far away from the Celtics. Were far from not far, but not all the way close to winning the championship. Did you guys ever have the conversations about what you would do if the Celtics won the championship?
What I would do
In terms of celebrating in Washington? Did that conversation come up, or do you guys not make it that far?
Nah, we didn't even get that far. It was literally one game at a time. But you can obviously see a lot of teams feel passionate about, in terms of where we are, of accepting an accomplishment that's bigger than ourselves and then going in to the White House. So it's like a huge, huge deal.
Yeah, but I guess you don't want to have that conversation until you're actually, especially because the Celtics were underdogs throughout that playoff. So it would be weird to be like, hey, guys, let's all plan this right now. Now, take me through the night Gordon Hayward broke his leg. It was how crazy was that experience on his first night?
That was hard to take, man, honestly. I'm the one that threw the pass. So it was like I threw the pass up in the air and Gordon goes up and get it. I knew it was just a terrible pass, and I had been holding on to that. Just like I just can't believe I threw it, and then he comes down weird. And
Why was the pass?
Well,
so
the pass
bad?
was the alley-oop. Gordon jumped, and then he fell wrong. But D-Wade was over in help side, and it's just like a kind of professionally how I think about it. It's just I threw that pass, and I saw him over there 2-9ing, which is hidden from baseline to baseline. He's over to help, and I threw it. And then Gordon comes down wrong. It was just like I felt like some of that had something to do with me. So after that in the game, I was just emotionally just messed up, man. So.
Did you ever talk to him about that?
No,
I'm sure he would tell you, "Don't be ridiculous." That's not the reason.
Yeah,
I got hurt.
I know, yeah, which I understood, but still at the same time, like that's my guy, man. That's my guy. I couldn't wait to play with him since we met up in probably 2013. He was going to come to Cleveland. I was actually doing his recruiting trip for him to come to Cleveland on a sign and trade. And from that point on, we just grew a great relationship. So for just to see him go down, it was really, really hard. But now, going into the summer, hope
I was going to say, doesn't that make you extra excited for next year?
For sure.
Do you consider the Celtics? I'm being dead. This isn't to be a troll. Sorry, Ebro, you got to hold this for a second. Could the Celtics be the Celtics should be the favorite in the East next year, in my opinion. What are your thoughts?
We'll definitely be up there. I mean, we definitely have the names on paper. Now it's just finding that cohesion on the floor, translating.
And beating LeBron if he stays in the East.
Yeah, that also is a thing.
We almost beat him without this man and Gordon Hayward.
I understand.
So what
but you
think?
still have to do it.
Right. And the cohesion's important to talk about.
It's all hypothetical. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's a great conversation to kick around.
Like flat Earth?
Like flat
you
Earth.
think you think the Celtics winning the East is the same as flat Earth?
Kick it around. Let's see what happens.
All right. All right.
Uncle Drew, look, the movie's out.
I'm actually seeing this in theaters, by the way. Don't disappoint me, because from the very first trailer, I was like, you know what? This actually looks like a really good movie. Is it as funny as it appears?
Yeah. I definitely think the cameos as well as the storyline is easy to follow, but it's a feel-good film.
I'm in.
Fun for the whole family.
Yeah, film. Yeah.
Fun for the whole.
Yeah.
Fun for the whole family. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Kyrie Irving. He's one of the best NBA players in basketball right now. We appreciate you taking the time and being so honest and candid today,
Thanks.
bro.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate
Thank you, bro.